Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Space Trader. Some of you have been reading my texts in the CIC community for the last few years. Thank you for being here. I'm here with the team from art2act. We are really excited to talk a bit about the project and also answer questions that were asked to us. With me, I have here Tomás, Gastão, and Filipe. We'll be going through the presentation, just a brief summary of the platform and the token, and then answering the questions. And I'll start by passing the ball to Tomás.
Thank you very much, Zé. Hello, everyone. We'd really like to thank you for all your questions and your participation. If you have questions during this presentation, please feel free to present them as we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
To put it synthetically, art2act is a platform that fully concentrates its efforts on the professional development of artists, whether they are emerging or not. We want to make it possible for artists to be able to live off and achieve their financial independence through their art and the community that involves them. Right now, we are going to go through a bit the agenda for the session of today. We are going to start with talking about a bit about the context, the market research we did, and the market around us for our project. Then we are going to talk about the platform itself, how it works, and a bit of Q&A. And then we are going to go over the tokenomics of the project and the respective distribution and respective questions and answers. Regarding the context, when we started art2act, we knew we wanted to focus on art because we are really passionate about the cultural sector. We've been working on it, and by working close to the sector for years, we came to identify different problems and inefficiencies that block the prosperity of many artists and their chances of reaching financial sustainability. We did some research that showed that the vast majority of fine art educational institutions do not offer subjects related to business management or marketing, which cripples the onset of these future artists in one of the most abstract markets there is. Most artists struggle to meet their audience and the stakeholders they need to reach in order to continue developing. And this gives them a sense of losing their ambition and their creations because they are not able to go forward. To give you a standpoint and an example of an indicator of this, 10% of fine arts graduates in the US end up working as artists, financial sustainable ones. Thus, 90% of them do not. We decided to counteract this. For counteracting this, we decided to dig deeper and talking directly with artists, realize what their needs really are. What we identified is that with the features that we were able to discuss with them, by offering a product with them, almost 93% of artists would be willing to pay an average $11.4 a month to access it. When we started art2act, we were able to identify parts of the market that were really oversaturated. For example, the competition for art collectors is fierce and the market share is consolidated by few players. It is no coincidence that we chose to focus on helping artists, a niche quite unexplored so far, in need of our solution. Our research shows that there are around 6.4 million professional visual artists worldwide, where reliable data is available. For example, in China or India, we are not able to identify artists officially working with them in these countries. Although this number does not include a vast percentage of artists, because the biggest percentage of artists is not officially working on it. While officially tackling as a market scope of 6.4 million, we know our market is exponentially bigger. So that is why we decided to create art2act. art2act is a platform, a multi-service network divided in 3 areas. It provides value and opportunities to its users and is designed to be available as an application on iOS, Android, and web. art2act offers a set of tools that facilitate the professional development of artists and acts as a bridge between artists and their stakeholders for improving efficiency in exchange of value between them. With blockchain technology, through our RC20 token, we will provide a secure and transparent transaction method for our community to exchange value and interact. Our platform is divided in three main areas: art community, project management, and professional development. We'll go over them now. The first area of our platform is called art community. Here is where artists get to know the latest opportunities and news of the art world and access them, of course. Divided in three other subsections, where artists will access events and opportunities by paying or subscribing. Partners and key accounts will then receive token incentives by posting news, threads in the community forum, and by presenting events and opportunities to our artists. The token holders will, of course, have voting power to influence the development of the platform and the community, besides having the possibility of accessing all our database of artists and vice versa. The second area of our platform is project management, and it will be dedicated to help artists achieve and sustain a professional workflow. They will be able to work on improving their portfolio, their visibility on social networks, the organization of their tasks, and their balance of income and expenses. They will receive incentives for performing different actions, but this area in general is focused on the artist working with himself to improve his career. The last but not least, we have the professional development area of our platform, which is where artists will professionally engage with the community. They will have different call to actions with other organizations, partners, and key accounts to take pragmatic actions to multiply their revenue streams and also to progress in their careers. Regarding how our platform interacts, we'll have two main users in our platform: artists and key partners or key accounts. Both users will interact through our platform and ecosystem. Artists, on one hand, will pay in order to access a set of tools, services, and opportunities, and to cast their votes and contributions to the community. In return, besides getting all these, they will also receive incentives to actively participate in our platform. Key partners and key accounts will, for their part, offer value to artists, such as real job opportunities, events, exhibitions, or residencies. In return, they will receive token incentives and therefore power within our community. We'll go over that more precisely when we talk about the tokenomics. It is important to point out that our efforts to convert users will be divided in two main pillars. One would be marketing, which is more centered on individual artists, and the other one will be business development, which is more centered in key partners and key accounts. Regarding our marketing efforts, we will center on Instagram ads because it's the main tool used by artists worldwide, influencer marketing to strengthen our viral coefficient and to promote our services and products, and email marketing to engage with those users that we were not able to retain. As I don't know if you are familiar with the different indicators of the different KPIs of app usage, but an average retention percentage of an app would be of between 10 and 35%. So there are a lot of users going out of the app and coming in. Email marketing will serve the purpose of recovering lost users. And then on the other side, we have the business development related with key partners. That could be fine art institutions, universities, and fine art circles. And when we start the full commercialization of our product, they will grant many users at the same time, which will reduce our premium conversion efforts. With the creation of different incentive-based chapter houses, this is also more related with the tokenomics part of the project, but we will help to create these development actions while always increasing our user base. Actions could be exhibitions, social gatherings, online and offline events, workshops, among many other possibilities we have on our hands. Key accounts, on the other hand, will be organizations that provide key value for artists, such as work opportunities or exhibition opportunities, or real opportunities to progress their professional career. They could be hospitality chains in the sense that they buy big amounts of art, design studios, or different consultancy agencies, for example. The end objective is to create a self-sustainable platform that corrects inefficiencies and improves all art community actors. Now we are going to go through a bit the Q&A that we recovered for this session. The first question: when will be the MVP? When will the MVP be available? Regarding this, we have partnered up with an IT organization called ZRP. They told us the latest insights that we have is that we'll be able to have a mock-up of our platform in 6 weeks after the seed investment, and in 16 weeks we would be able to have an MVP ready. Our idea is to beta test it with Fine Arts University of Porto, which would have about 1,800 to 2,000 students. After that, and the adjustments that might come from our beta testing, we would do the public launch with the objective of reaching up to 8,200 users in the first year. Here you can see our usage objectives. We point here different. We point here the normal user, the average user. That would be the freemium user, let's say. Although you would be able to pay to different services using fiat or the stable coins or the art2act token. Premium users and the evolution of the same, and our key factor that would be our viral coefficient that is progressive as we go along, as we increase our relevance in the art community. How will we increase our viral coefficients? Here we have 3 main focus. One of them would be influencer marketing. As you know, is a proven concept, and by defining key actors within the art community, we believe we can exponentially multiply our viral coefficient and reach many more users, in general, more individual artists. Our business development efforts will focus more on the key accounts and key partners that will bring, key partners will bring a lot of users at the same time, and key accounts will bring a lot of opportunities for those users at the same time. So our viral coefficient will be multiplied with key partners thanks to user acquisition, and with key accounts to user retention. And the general community incentives that our blockchain solution offers to reinforce the user acquisition and retention as well, of course. How will we assure product fit? This is something that we consider really relevant, and from the first moment we knew that this had to be this would be key for our future success. And for that, we already signed partnerships with the Fine Arts Faculty of Porto and the Fine Arts Faculty of Lisbon, not only for the beta testing of our product once the MVP is ready, but also for the design and development process of the product in initial phases, which will in turn give the possibility to develop the product the best way possible. Also, of course, the governance functionality of our token and itself, of the community itself, will give the possibility of getting feedback on the product specifically, but also on the continuous development of them, making proposals. Not only proposals coming from art2act directly, but also proposals coming from the community in general. Regarding the general competition we face, although there are various competitors across our targeted areas, there is not a business model in the market that covers what we are providing right now, that offers all of our services in one solution. These potential competitors offer real value to artists. However, we differentiate by offering a full solution for the continuous development of artists, a segment that has until now been a bit neglected by the investment in the cultural sector, that prefers to concentrate in art collectors as its final client, where we change a bit the dynamic and choose to concentrate and capitalize on the artists. I think regarding the Q&A for the platform, this is more or less the questions that we gathered. If you have any other, please put them in the chat, and we'll happily answer it. Now I pass it to Zé to talk about the tokenomics and the strategical approach of our project.
Thank you, Tomas. So let's talk a bit about the tokenomics. So right now, the art2act token, it's based on the Ethereum network. It will be defaulting to an ERC20 token. And there are four key token functionalities. The first of them is the governance rights. And this really gives an edge to art2act, because we can use blockchain, like I said, to give a voice to artists on the way that the platform and also the community evolves. People can vote on, for example, a feature that they really want to have in the platform, which help us with the product fit, but also on the direction that the community evolves, where to make events, what kind of events the community wants to have offline, because of course we're talking about artists, but also the way to distribute grants and incentives in a way that is meaningful for the artists, which are the focus of our platform. In terms of the token, also we have the staking, and this is also very important for the entire ecosystem as a way also to balance the incentives, in the sense that will allow staking for artists and a different type of staking for partners or key accounts. In terms of the artists, we bring them by staking tokens. They will be able to, for example, feature in our platform, access to special events, discount the rates on services that partners, the key accounts will have to offer, or even maybe priority on accessing some other opportunities that we might bring. For the partners, they are interested in a different type of thing, hence the different type of staking. We'll be talking of, for example, giving them the chance of having prime locations on exhibitions, feature their services, because they also want to sell the service in the platform, amongst some other options. The incentives are also important because they really help us with growth hacking, and also to create, to kickstart a self-sustainable ecosystem. So the idea is to use the token as an incentive for people, artists, key accounts, etc., that bring value to the community. And then they can use these incentives to stake and have access to special features. And this also helps us retain users, and this way we can really kickstart the growth and the virality of our platform. And also we are talking about the token that will have old value, and that will be also one of the currencies of the platform, alongside fiat and also other stablecoins. In terms of the token distribution, right now we are dividing this into four key slices, you can call them. We have the project funds, we have the contributors, team and advisors, and community incentives. There might be some small change to this in the future, but it will be communicated before any funding round. But it will be minor. We are just trying to fine-tune some details, especially to do with how to do the community incentives in a way that does not flood the market with tokens. That's also not healthy for the ecosystem. In terms of project funds, this will be used mainly to support the development of the platform, marketing, etc., and also aid on community building. The community incentives, I spoke a little bit already before, but basically to help give the users incentive to use the platform, and in this way help it grow faster and in a more healthy way. In In terms of the contributors, the team and advisors, of course, is a way to reward, but also to ensure that the team and advisors have an interest on the success of the platform. And the contributors, this will be the investors that will help us get out of the ground and get the project running. I'll be talking a bit now about the contributor parts and the what we aim. So the idea is to have basically 3 rounds. We are talking about the seed round, is what is being talked and discussed on the early contributor channel, but also a private round and a public sale round. For the seed round, this will be the lowest possible price that we'll be selling tokens at, and also will allow people to buy with some volume, since 10% of the supply will be sold in this phase. The lockup will be 3 months after the token generation event that will be locked, and after that, every 3 months you'll unlock 25%. The private round will have double the price from the seed. There will be much less tokens sold at this point, and 25% will be unlocked at the token generation event, and then 25% every month afterwards. For the public sale, it will be 3 times the price of the seed round, and the idea is that the proceeds of this public sale round will be completely to provide liquidity in the open market, so that we can start with a healthy ecosystem right away. In terms of the key features for the seed round, is that there'll be a minimum contribution of $1,000. This will also give you access to other opportunities such as the private round in the future. There will be a soft agreement to formalize all the process, and we also will have to do QIC to ensure that we meet all the regulations and there is no problem in the future regarding this contribution. We have example, for example, someone invests $5,000, they will receive 1 million tokens in total by the end that the vesting is done. And I'm talking obviously about the seed round. Some questions that we got in the Telegram group and also in other channels that we've been talking with. One of them is, what are the key advantages of using blockchain technology? There are several of them, instead of using, for example, a normal database. And this is mainly because our objective is to be community-centered and create a model that connects artists with their stakeholders, improves efficiency in the sector, and creates a value for all. For instance, blockchain will help us tokenize the ecosystem, making every action safe and transparent for all the users. This goes from interacting with partners and other artists, acquiring complementary services, voting on governance discussions, so many things. Also, because you're using blockchain, all the information regarding the token is public, so nothing is hidden, which happens, for example, with companies that use like miles or other type of points for something similar. And we can also enforce interactions with our platform when it makes sense, using smart contracts, creating a trustless environment that also brings more safety to the users. Blockchain also allows us to create a decentralized asset, which is a token, that can hold value and it can be used in creating real-world projects through the interactions within our ecosystem. At the same time, it gives us liquidity to provide meaningful incentives to increase and better retain our user base. This, while giving the advantage to partners, key accounts, etc., that creates a network effect, and in the end we have this beautiful feedback loop that will increase the value of the token and the value also that the platform provides to the users, also from a professional standpoint, because we are bringing a lot of people together under the art2act platform and community that we are building. The end goal of blockchain is to build a self-sustainable and decentralized ecosystem where value can be exchanged between users that have self-interest in doing so. There was also a question, a very good question regarding gas fees, which is, if you are using an ERC20 token based on Ethereum network, can the gas fee be a problem for users, especially users that are not so adept with cryptocurrencies and this type of blockchain technology? This is a very good point. Right now, we are defaulting to ERC20. However, we are exploring other solutions. One of the most obvious is using Polygon because of the very low fees and still using the network effect from the Ethereum blockchain. However, we are still studying other possibilities, and once we get a final grasp of this, of course, we will be discussing that also with investors, with contributors of our project. The other question was regarding how token holders will be rewarded. So until I think the main idea that we have is that we have three things, right? One of them that has not been discussed until here in the presentations that we have to update is that the idea is that we have a percentage of the quarterly profits will be used to buy back and burn tokens, similarly to what is done by Binance or FTX. We also have the staking, and I think this is where the key value comes from, because users that have tokens will access exclusive opportunities that can really give them an edge in their career, not only for the artists, but also for the key partners. And then the more users we have, the more key accounts we have, the more users we get the feedback loop that I mentioned before. And this will mean that we have more people that will want to have the token and want to stake the token to access the special conditions. So then again, we create a feedback loop that helps the ecosystem bring value and create value for all parties. Also, the question regarding if the art2act token, it's the main currency of the platform. It will be one of the main currencies of the platform. However, we also have fiat and also other stable coins will be accepted to give flexibility to the users and depending on the user profile to have access in the way they prefer to our service. In terms of integration with other blockchain projects, there are a lot of synergies that can be made in the blockchain world with art2act. One of them is obvious and is a Rarible through the sale of NFTs. So as we saw in our presentation earlier and also in the slides that we share with everybody, we have NFT minting as one of the key features that are for users that pay for the subscription of our platform. And the idea is that we partner or use technology from Rarible so that we can help users easily create NFTs out of their artwork or turn their artwork that already exists and into NFTs that they can sell in the marketplace, which again also helps them with their financial sustainability. The other thing is the Decentraland, because we also have partnered with a VR company that helps us create 3D expositions, and the Decentraland also has these capabilities, which is perfect for doing 3D exhibitions online so that anyone all across the world can join, participate, and again open these opportunities for anyone. I'll pass the ball to Tomas again.
Thank you very much, Zé. Regarding the questions that we gathered for the session, we think they've all been answered. We're wondering if from the online part, anyone, if you wanted to make any question, we are here to help try to answer it and if not, it's been a pleasure. I think from my side, but for all the team. We hope if you are seeing this live, thank you very much for coming. If you see this recorded, thank you very much for your interest and attention. Please know that we are here to help, to try to solve any solution and bring art2act to the sky. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so don't hesitate on writing us on any of the emails that you see here, or writing us through Telegram, WhatsApp. You have our numbers. We're here for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.